the milk's on for the porridge. We're having porridge this morning. We're up a bit late. 10 o'clock when I woke up. Must have needed the sleep. I did have to get up in the middle of the night because Flynn decided he wanted a wee. Nothing like walking around the campsite in the freezing cold with a dog. So we're going to off for a walk in a bit. We're just going to get some porridge and dressed. Well, it's a nice morning, the sun's out, so at least there's no rain, that's good. So we're going to go and find, backtrack where we went yesterday and go into that entrance, find the entrance that cuts across the fields into the centre of Clumber and go and walk around the lake. We may stop at the Bark Café where dogs are allowed in and have a cup of tea, I suppose, on the way round. And have a look what's going off. I think there's some Christmassy things in the centre where the other cafe is. So we might go in there, but Flynn's gets a little bit upset with the bikes and stuff. So if there's a lot of bikes about, we might just avoid there because the cycle centre where you get hire your cycles from is just on the outside of the like courtyard where the cafe is. So we might not be going that way. We'll have to see. Seeing as he's going to have to wear Freya's nose harness because I've left his at home. I've managed to get a message to my daughter and she says she's found it. I must have dropped it as I went out to the van. So there's no signal, only in spots. I've used the club Wi-Fi. You only have an hour. I don't know if that's an hour a day, but it's not very good for much, especially in the evening. But this morning, it wasn't quite so bad. I managed to answer messages that people had sent me and post a couple of photos of the dogs on Facebook. But other than that, it's not really very clever. Right, I'll show you outside through the window. There we are, look at that. Nice and sunny. Now, I'm going to drink this tea and get off. We're all ready for going out for a walk, are we? Oh, are you still tired? Or does that mean we want to go walk? Let me finish my tea and then we'll go, yeah? There's no rain. I'll put a waterproof jacket on just in case. Come on, you lot. Avoid the puddles. Got my boots on, so my feet will be warm all day. So if you come here in the winter, you've got to expect cold and mud, but it's still nice, especially when you get a sunny day like today. It's quite pretty in the forest, and there'll be lots of things to do when you get into the main part of Clumber Park. So, especially in the summer, there's a play area on the campsite, and there's all these woods for the kids to play in. You can see like where they'll be making dens and different things just outside the campsite, and it's not far from a lot of other good places in the area, so it's just not a bad campsite at all. As soon as I got a free night and it only cost me just over £19, I'm quite happy with that because there's a discount as well in the winter. If you come in the winter, because this is open all year, you get is it 10% off coming in out of season, so that's good as well. Over the fallen tree. Whoops, sorry Freya, and you've done the same as yesterday, haven't you? You've got your lead tangled around your legs. Definitely need good boots on at the minute, otherwise your feet will be wet before you've gone very far. But I suppose most people that come to this campsite expect it. This is where the children have been playing. I did you probably saw it yesterday as we walked past, but Look like they've made a nice den to play in. Look at that. That's good, isn't it? We went on that path down this, but we're gonna go down this one and see if it'll just cut us off a little tiny bit. Oh, there's a rope swing over there, look. I'm not sure that's going to take us where I thought it was going to take us. We'll go back this way. Come on, Flynn. What, you're tangled? More trees for Flynn to jump over. You're getting your exercise today, boy, aren't you? Even in the winter, this lime tree avenue is very pretty. With all the trees down the side of the road. And the autumn colours. The sun over there is quite bright in my eyes, squinting away. Flynn, Flynn, come on, good boy. Can we go this way around the tree? Thank you. Good boy. There's a lot of squirrels about. Thanks, Flynn. Just about to take my arm out of the socket for a squirrel. This is very hard to video anything and keep the camera still when you've got excitable dogs. Well, excitable dog, because Freya's not showing me much interest today. That's her age, I think. Come on. Yeah, this, I said yesterday that I thought this open section here was where I came and orienteered for our club event last January, I think it was. And it is, because I was looking for a control point along the edge of this wood, and where it just sticks out a bit there, I'd got all the way down here and I'd missed it. It was tucked in over there. Decided to let Freya have a little run while we're in this area, because it's mostly fenced off. So we are now approaching where I was marshalling. I marshalled on this junction for Russell Block's 6 hour challenge. How far can you run in 6 hours? Or how many laps of a 7.5 mile course can you run? And I marshalled on this corner. Flinny, come close, because there's a gate to go through. There we go. So if we go this way, we're going to go take us around the lake. If you go that way, it joins you onto where the Clumber Park run comes round. So if we're going to go around the lake, it's better this way. Oh yeah, don't trip me up.
I don't ask if you sort out.
No, I haven't. Well, I've been parked today.
You've been parking?
I'm having to go to the park.
Oh, there's a seating area around there. Toilets. Oh, that's good. Let's go back then. Let's carry on our walk. Beautiful view down the lake. You can just see the church in the distance. Lots of birds coming up to the bridge where the water goes out of the lake down into the river. Flynn? Flynn? Good boy. Good boy. I wonder if he can manage to stop and take some photos and he'll hold still long enough.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
You want a drink? No? There's a lot of seagulls about. Might as well have gone to the beach. Eh? Oh look, look at that one, a white, pure white heron. Well, that was nice. And there's another one straight opposite. I'll see if I can get my camera out and zoom in on that one. My phone, I mean. That was a silly thing to do, wasn't it, Flinny? Go in there, look at your paws. All covered in mud. I don't know. Go on then. Just hope it wears off by the time we get back to the caravan. Oh, campervan. Come on. Otherwise you're having a bath. This used to be a car park many years ago when my kids were young. We used to come in from the gate that is now closed and park in here to walk around with the kids and the dogs. But they closed it after the bridge got vandalised and stop people coming in that entrance after that. This one, German short-haired pointer. Yeah, but she's old now. I hope I... Hold on. Come here. Come here.
Maybe, yeah, I do ride down here a lot, to be fair, with workshop lot.
And then... Flynn's eating goose milk. Let's get back on the path. Come on, stop eating goose poo. Come on. So, Flynn's on Freya's nose harness because we're into the area where there's tons of bikes and I can't control him on just a normal harness. He has to have his nose harness on. So we're going to look at the church. Let's spin it round and have a look at the church. There we are. There's the church at Clumber. Very nice. Massive church. The church is open, but I don't think they'll allow dogs in, especially Flynn. He's a bit on the muddy side. So just going to have a walk around this section of the park. We've just passed the Café. That's the main Café. It's a lovely place to walk. So we've walked all the way around the lake now. Oh, doggies, what are you doing? No, the lead's tangled up again. So we've walked all the way around the lake, and over the other side of the lake is that. Oh, Flynn has to eat blooming goose muck. Doing my head in. So, where we've walked over the other side of the lake, I can now see the, I don't know what you call it. So we're going to look for the Café in a minute. I think we'll head towards the dog Café. This dog keeps being a pain. See if we can get onto the path, then he can't find any more goose muck to eat. There's a swan, well, the back end of a swan, just diving for food. And there's another one across there that was just doing the same, both at the same time. They both cocked themselves up in the air. There's lots of swans here. But now there seems to be a lot of seagulls. We didn't used to have all these seagulls here. Just used to be swans and geese. So this section is where the old house used to be. So all there is now is the foundations. So where these slabs are is where the foundations of the old house, and what's left is just the stable blocks at the back and the church. Sell plants, and there's a shop and a Café. This is the back of the stable blocks. Didn't used to be able to come around here at one time. Keep changing everything though. This is the back of the stables, and they've got it all set out with chairs and things. teach photography here many years ago now, you couldn't come in this back entrance. We were allowed to park in here because we were working, but it weren't open to the public. So more changes. Oops, dogs pulling me around. I think they're trying to get me on this sledge. They're trying to get me in to go in that sledge. Nearly made me walk into it. Lots of Christmas trees about. Lights. This is where you normally hire bikes from, I think. Yeah, have a nosy again. Yeah, I can see bikes in. It's normally open, but we are on a Tuesday. Yes, bikes in there. So I think it can't be open on a Tuesday, the bike hire. Probably in the winter it's only open at weekends, maybe. So this is the Central Park Dog Cafe. And apparently in the week it's supposed to be very busy with dogs. Well, it's busy anyway, but somebody said a Wednesday it's normally packed, so why a Wednesday? I don't know. But we're going to go and have a cup of tea before we set off to walk back. Got my cup of tea. What's up, Freya? Hey, what's the matter? What are you doing? You're not having my tea? No, I'm not having my tea. Got a nice cup of tea. I had to take all my clothes off, it's red hot. In here. Well, we've come out of the cafe and we're going to head back to the campsite. It's still a long walk because we've got to kind of go down the lake a bit more. We've got to kind of go round the lake a little bit more, and so till we find the turning to turn for the caravan park. So we'll be kind of treading the park run path for a bit before we turn off, and then a short walk across back down to the caravan. So it's about 2 o'clock, so by the time we get back it'll be time for something decent to eat, and we should be able to make it back before it gets dark. It gets dark around about 4, so we've got 2 hours. I'm sure we can do it in 2 hours, even sauntering along like we've been doing. We should be fine, because I've not brought a torch, so we'll be walking back in the dark if I don't time it quite right. But we've had a good day up to yet, and we've got a nice dinner. When I get back I've got steak pie and chips put in the oven, and find a movie to watch tonight, and ring my husband at the point. I know there's one point I know for certain I can get a signal when I'm here, and that's where I marshalled the other week. There's a spot, you have to stand in it and not move, but I can get a signal. So I want to ring him and tell him we're all right. Not that he will overly be worrying about me, but we're not that far from home, and so we should be okay. But I like to make him feel better by ringing him and telling him I'm okay. So before we run out of daylight altogether, we better make a move. Just passing the wall garden. We didn't bother going inside because we're heading for home. But the big greenhouse, the big glass house is in there, and it's quite interesting when you haven't got dogs to cart around with you. Well, we're coming up to the junction where I marshalled, so that's the gate to go back across the open area of woodland that we came across this morning. So we're not that far back, it's about 2:30ish, so we'll be back before it gets dark. I'm sure it'll not take very long now. It's not probably about a mile back, I think. can get through this gate. I'll have to put the phone down to get through this gate. Come on, Freya. Freya, what are you sniffing at? Come on. Freya. Pain in the backside. Right, this is the junction where I marshalled there. Said that this morning. And that's where there's a signal. And apparently, I've just come back from down there. There is a signal all the way up there as well. So I've just been walking down there talking to Mark. We'll get through this gate again. And Freya, don't go across that bit. That's got big gaps. Right, see if we can get through this gate. I'm relegated to the phone because my camera's... Freya, no! No, don't! Because my camera's died a death. I don't know whether I've run out of battery or memory. So there we are, through that gate. And I think it's this straight path we've got to go on, if I remember right. But the sun's still out. It's been a really nice day, really. Starting to get a bit nippy now. Or may have been because I was sat in that calf. And it was red hot in there and I stripped down to a t-shirt. So probably I'm feeling the cold now. I've come out of there. Very, very pretty now. Look at that. Beautiful. Sorry for the shaky camera. The dogs keep pulling me. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful now. Well, it's starting to get a bit cold now, even though the sun's out. It's first time all day that I've needed a hat on. Really, really cold around the ears. And my hands are a bit cold, but I've got gloves in my pocket. But messing with leads, and I've let the dogs have a bit of freedom. But Flynn doesn't seem to want to go very far. Freya's charging around like an idiot. Typical Flynn, just plods along, even off lead. And Freya is off everywhere. You wouldn't think that she was the eldest, would you? Well, the eldest of the two. Now, there's a road at the bottom of this, but this is mostly fenced off. So I'm safe letting them off for a bit, and we haven't seen no cyclists down this end. But I'm keeping my ears open, just having to let him have a little bit of freedom. Hey Flinny, even though you should be tired from where we've been out since 11 o'clock this morning, and we're now on about 2, something to 3. Oh, look at that sun on them trees, it's beautiful. Beautiful. So this area seems to be all red pitchers, which are fully serviced. Down at this bottom end, this is the bottom end, near where the toilet block that's closed at the minute is. So we're going to walk around this path we cut through yesterday when we went to walk. We're going to walk around this path and see what we can see. I like that van, that's nice. It's longer than mine, but very nice. Oh, there's the truck for the... I came to the other side of this yesterday and was saying how nice it was, and said it gets pulled with like a truck type. It's a Ranger, I think, that. It's very nice. So I don't know what a black peg is. I'm going to have to look up what this is, because they've got their own little bench and umbrella. And those, the red ones are fully serviced, so I wonder what that one's called. Black. Well, we're back. It's about 3:20. I'm just going to put dinner on. I'll show you what I'm going to have, and get a cup of tea. And I've discovered as I walk back up that there is a signal, phone signal on O2 down at the bottom where I was showing you the red pegs for forgot, brain dead, service pictures. That's what I was looking for. I must be tired. Anyway, yeah, down by where the service pictures of that bottom end, there is a phone signal. So if I'd have known that, I would have parked this a bit further down, closer to them service pictures. And the black ones are luxury pictures. I don't know whether they actually call it luxury pictures, but I think something similar, because they've just got, you can have an awning on. Well, you can have an awning on with any of these, but it just means that you're paying a bit extra for a table with an umbrella, by the looks of it. Anyway, I'm going to get on with the dinner. There we are, my chips and my pie in the oven. Just got to shut it and switch it on and make a cup of tea and wait for it to cook. That's what I'm having. Steak, pie and chips for dinner.